Object and Idea by Josiah Royce. Object and idea, viewed as entities, are twain. Realism began by saying so. So much is nominated in the bond. The realist shall have his pound of flesh, although we can grant him indeed not one drop of blood for all his world. By the original hypothesis, either any individual idea, or O, the object of that idea, could without contradiction be conceived as changing or as vanishing without any logically necessary change in the other member of the pair. Therefore, according to what we have now shown to be the case with any two independent realities, the idea of O and O as real beings not only have, as first defined, no connection with each other, but they can never get any possible linkage or relation. All their connections are nominal. As idea, the idea was said to have O for its object, but the idea is an entity. It can have nothing to do with the other entity O. These two are not in the same space, nor in the same time, nor in the same natural order, nor in the same spiritual order. They have nothing in common, neither quality nor worth, neither form nor content, neither truth nor meaning. No causality links them. If you say so, you again use mere names. No will genuinely can relate them. That they appear to have connections is simply a matter of false seeming. Our original definition called the one of them an idea relating to object O. We now know that such an expression was a mere name. The idea has assumed as idea an obligation that, as an independent entity, it cannot pay. It has no true relation with O, and O has no community with the idea. To speak of any being not O itself, as if it were really an idea of O, is as if you spoke of the square root of an odor, or the logarithm of an angel. For idea and object are two real beings. Their irrevocable sundering, no new definition of their essence, can now join again. For reality in this doctrine is independent of all definitions that could be made after the fact. Relations that could link the two entities would merely prove to be two new independent beings, other than either of them. Nor is this all. The idea here in question is any idea or opinion. O is any object. Now, a realist's own theory is an idea or opinion, and the world was to be his object. Our perfectly general result, true of all ideas, applies, of course, to the group of ideas called the realistic theory. As an entity, the realist is an independent being. His ideas, as part of his being, can have nothing to do with any object that exists independently of himself or themselves. The realistic theory, then, as we now know, by its own explicit consequences, and just because its real objects are totally independent of its ideas, has nothing to do with any independently real object, and has no relation to the independent external world that its own account defines. Nor can it ever come to get such a relation. No realist, as he himself now must consistently maintain, either knows any independent being, or has ever, in idea, found himself related to one, or has ever made any reference to such a being, or has ever formed or expressed an opinion regarding one, or, in his own sense of the word, really believes that there is one. And thus, suddenly at one stroke, the entire realistic fabric, with all those suns and Milky Ways to which Schopenhauer, in a famous passage so prettily referred, vanishes, leaving not a rack, not even a single lonely unknowable behind. For an unknowable, too, would be an independent, real object. Our present idea of it would have to refer to this object, if it were real. And no idea, as we know, can refer to any independent reality, since, in order for such reference to be itself real, two irrevocably sundered beings would have to destroy the chasm whose presence is determined by their own very essence.